Maji Market has arrived, and with it, a couple more goodies. The Maji Market brought with it quite a few new decorations. There's also quite a few new exclusive foods to the market, as well as a couple new recipes. You'll be able to find a couple of quests as well as market-related challenges under your events tab. But like I mentioned earlier, that's not the only thing that was added with the update. They've added 6 entirely new found item quests, which you can find by exploring, fishing, foraging, and mining. We also got a new sitting emote. Like I mentioned last video, they were gonna add a sitting emote and a kneel emote. Seems the kneel emote did not get added this update, but we do have a sitting one, at least for the time being, while they work on functionality. Speaking of functionality, now you'll be able to have extra doors on your home. No more entering and exiting through the front door. You can have a back door or a side door, as well as a porch. You can access those at the city hall. They're pretty inexpensive, and they don't take too long to build either. I think it's around an hour for each. You'll be able to mess with that pretty quickly. They also sneakily added turning on and off lights, which was one of the things they mentioned last time that they were going to be adding with functionality. They also added a new fish plushie to Zeki's Wondrous machine. They've also done some changes to gathering and crafting, specifically in Bahari Bay. They made several adjustments to the higher tier Sernux and Choppa to make them more rewarding. They increased the amount of hide dropped by Elder and Proudhorn Sernux, as well as the fur dropped by Striped and Azure Choppa. They've increased the drop chance and amount of meat dropped by both Sernuk and Choppa in their later tiers. They've also increased the drop rate and gold value for antlers and tails from the higher tier Sernuk and Choppa. They've also increased the amount of Elder Sernuks and Striped Choppa appearing, as well as decreased the amount of lower tier Sernuks and Choppa. Insects can now be collected in stacks of 30 instead of 5. So this is heavenly for my inventory management. They did mention that starred insects as well as non-starred insects will be stacked separately. The Ravenwood standing lamp recipe has been updated to require less iron, now requiring 25 instead of 35. They've also adjusted the tomato seed recipe, so not as lucrative as it used to be. The recipe now requires 3 tomatoes instead of 2, but they did reduce the production time from 42 minutes to 30 minutes. And I know what you're wondering, did they nerf cakes? Well, not yet. I did read in an AMA they did, which I might do another video on. They did talk about the cake parties. They said they love the cake parties because it aligns with what they wanted with having communities get together and do activities. However, they might tweak it a bit, not just yet. They don't know when. They are considering some changes to it. However, they still want it to be profitable. And they also want to maybe add more recipes that require higher ingredients that are also very profitable, so we're not just doing cake parties. So I'm very excited for that. They also changed Jina's level 3 friendship quest line. It was very confusing for a lot of people, me included. They now added a hint that you can get from one of the Galders. They've also made some optimizations to your housing plot to improve performance. They say it should be smoother overall. Now onto the premium store. There was a separate post on monetization, so we'll go there first. They're going to make the premium store bundle discounts a lot clearer. They plan on changing this in patch 0.168. They also said they'll be adding more payment options to accommodate for players worldwide. They said they want to add PayPal roughly in a couple weeks. They want to target it for patch 0.169. They said they eventually want to support more regional pricing. However, this will come later rather than sooner, and they can't really give a time frame yet as it is more complicated to do. They're also adjusting their premium currency bundles to all be multiples of 425 in order to more closely represent the bundles themselves. They said they will be rounding up people who have uneven amounts of Palia coins up to a multiple of 425, and that should be in your balance right now. They also wanted to address the Palcat situation. They saw it as a thank you to players who have been supporting them through these times, but they do realize that that came off badly to all the free-to-play players or those who are still on the fence about the game. We also have another statement. I also want to apologize in advance for what I'm about to say next. We don't have any plans to add more pets or expand the feature anytime soon. I know there's been a lot of feedback asking for at least one free alternative, but we have no plans on this for now. Just know we are aware of it. So no more pets for a while, meaning the speculation we had about plume hounds last time is likely not happening. Onto what they added to the premium store. They added 2 new outfit bundles, the traveling trader bundle as well as the Tech Wear Master Bundle. As always, we have the bug fixes. Over 100 known issues have been patched this cycle. Those of note were Tish's level 4 friendship quest, Najuma's level 3 friendship quest, Hodari's level 4 friendship quest. They've also added chat history to maintain across server channels. NPC gifting menu should now pop up as expected. Players are no longer unable to join/invite friends to parties, so parties should be working now properly, and bugs should no longer be spawning inside walls. They mentioned their top known issues as well, localization being one of them, chat as well. They're currently working on a new chat service to better support their growing player population. They said fresh chat might have a couple issues, so if it looks like your chat is going quiet, try sending a message in any of the chats and that should reload everything correctly. They are also aware of a few quest progression blockers that are still in the game, as well as star quality gifted items in requests, and a bunch more, which of course you can read yourself in the link down in the description. I have just been informed through the Discord that parties are still broken, unfortunately. Honey lures are also causing some clients to crash for players, and localized content is not displaying correctly. So hit and a miss, I guess, but they are aware of it and they are working on it. They do not have an ETA at this time, but they're working as fast as possible. Like I mentioned before, there was an AMA and I might do a video on that since they did mention quite a few interesting things. But that is it for now. I will see you guys around in Palia or in the Maji Market. I gotta collect all those tickets. I need those plushies.